Hey guys, welcome back to the Homebody Mama channel. So today we're going to be planting out my beans. I grew kitchen scrap beans. So I grew northern beans, pinto beans, and a new variety of bean that I learned about called Mayo Cobra. I'll put the name over here, what the bean looks like. It's like a traditional Mexican style bean that I learned from my mother-in-law is what she's been using to make those really good, delicious frijoles. So I started cooking with them a few months ago and I'm in love. So when it came time to actually, grow beans and prepare and decide what kind of beans I'm going to grow, they were definitely going to be number one. Northern beans, my grandma on my side, she uses them in soul food cuisines. So they're a staple in the household. And then pinto beans, like who doesn't, eat pinto beans? So all the beans that I'm planting are shell beans. I do have one variety called golden bush bean. They're like light yellowish green beans, like string beans, I guess you would call them. Those are the only ones that I will be picking as soon as they're ready to harvest. I'm not gonna wait for them to get all hard so I can collect the shell. So yes, that's what we're doing today. Now I've waited too long to transplant these green beans. I'm really ashamed of them. I should have transplanted them a long time ago. Poor beans, like they're starting to get sick looking. They're just not in any good shape. Let me show you guys. Look at that. Poor beans. So they're about, I would say, like 2 weeks behind on schedule. They already have like yellow spots. They're not growing as good. I do have an example of some beans that grew the same time. I planted them the same time, but I transplanted them out sooner. And so they look really good. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. These are the same beans, same variety and everything, and they're starting to grow. They're starting to climb actually, so I need to get those under control. And these look horrible, so we need to get them caught up. They're about 2 weeks behind. So I'm going to trellis my beans on my fence since I have a very long one and I have a lot of variety. See, just in and out, like 2 on each side. And the fence is relatively like 5 foot, then they'll grow like diagonally on it, so I think it will work out. Okay, so I'm finished putting in my pepper plants. Or not pepper, my beans. It's like, honestly, almost 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, 20. So it's 20 peppers, but I didn't plant one, so I have 19 in there. The root system on that one was just too bad, and then it already looks like it's about to die. I don't think it'll survive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and water and fertilize these in so they can survive the night. I'm not going to do a heavy watering because it is expected to rain today. So I'm going to water it in, fertilize it, and then I'll let Mother Earth do the rest. Okay, I'm gonna fertilize with this fish plant food from Alaska. It's really, really high in nitrogen, so it'll get the roots growing. And then the Fox Farm, which is brand new to me, but it has the nitrogen, potassium, and the phosphorus, so it'll get the flowers growing and get the roots developed. So unexpectedly today, I decided to trellis my tomatillos. They're getting really, really big. And this is my first time really growing them. I grew them last year, but honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. I just had them in a big bucket like this, and this is how they were all season, and they didn't produce anything. I use tomatillos all the time. And so I'm like, okay, this year I really need to master them, because honestly, if I'm going to the grocery store for anything, it's for tomatillos and jalapenos and Roma tomatoes. So I'm actually going to figure out how to do it. I have my 2 transplants. I have tomatillo seeds that I have already started earlier this week, so they're coming up on a week. Some of my seedlings that I started this week have already sprouted, so hopefully the tomatillos are one of them. I haven't checked actually which ones have sprouted, but so these 2 are my first ones, so I'm hoping that everything starts out good. They're already trying to flower, so I've been plucking the flowers because I wanted to get them planted and get them growing and settle a good root system before they decided to start flowering and develop the fruit and focus all their energy on that. I don't want them doing that right now. I need them to grow big and long and strong. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna fertilize them and plant them. Okay, so I have my tomatillos planted. They're about like a foot tall, so hopefully they should grow up the trellis really nicely. Tomatillos, one thing you need to know about them is that they need to grow with its same plant, because it takes 2 of them to pollinate. You can go in and self-pollinate, or your pollinators will come and pollinate them, but you need 2 of them. Unlike certain varieties of tomatoes and bell peppers, you could just plant 1 and done. But these need to pollinate together. So always remember that.